Hello everyone, I'm Colin Canet. I've been waiting for this day for months and months. I finally received my very own Xtract 3M sander. This is not a sponsored video. I've been wanting one of these for months. I've known they were coming, and today I'm going to review it, show you how it works, and explain to you where I think it fits in the realm of sander. So let's jump in. So before I get started today, full disclosure, I do have, as many of you already know, I do have an affiliate association with Taylor Tools, same as I have with Amazon and with the t-shirts and Mag Tools and Starbond. And whenever somebody purchases something using my affiliate link, I get a small commission, and that's what helps to fund the videos that I make. So today, I'm going to talk about this tool, but I'm really more interested because people are going to want to know, where does this fit between low-end sanders and very high-end sanders? And I think this one has a perfect place in there, so that's what I want to show you today. Okay, I want to show you how this operates because this is pretty unique. I'm just going to take a moment and plug this in. And you'll notice as soon as I turn it on, it gives me a little sound. And the first thing you'll notice is there's some red lights across here, and this is a variable speed sander, so you can adjust those lights, and I can move them all the way to the highest speed and back and forth to the lowest speed just by moving this lower panel button down here. Now what happens, there's another button here. Now it's in ready mode right now. And that's, when you touch that switch, it will not work. So when it's on red, it's in the ready mode. You can turn it on, and those lights, you'll see those lights. I'm going to add a few more so you can see them. They will turn to green, and that's with this little upper switch here. When I switch that on, you can see that they've turned to green. And now, when I hit that, that's when the sanding pad starts to move. You can change with green, you can change the speed when it's in green or when it's in red. And I'm just turn that off. When I turn that off, it turns it back to ready mode. So you can adjust the speed back and forth and see where it fits. And typically when we're sanding, we like to be sort of 2/3, 3/4, just kind of as a general rule. And that's where that is right now. You can see it's on green, and that switch is active. So I'm going to turn it back to the ready mode right now. So sort of the whole purpose of this sander, 3M designed these net sanding discs, and I did do a sponsored video for 3M a number of months ago. I'll put the link to that at the end of this video. And these sanding discs are sort of semi-porous, so that as you're sanding, the dust can get drawn through. And if you look closely at the sander and how it's designed, you can see that the dust port here is connected all the way along, and that housing all the way along there will help draw, and does help draw, the sawdust. When you're sanding with this, 3M claimed that up to 97% of the dust is extracted between these sanding discs and with this sander. And I have to believe them, because when you're sanding, you literally do not see any sawdust anywhere. So it's a very clean, a very healthy running sander, but you do need to plug it in to, as I said before, a dust extractor or a dust collector. In a few minutes, I'm going to do a little bit of sanding for you, and one of the things I'm going to show you is how well the sander and this net disc takes away burn marks. So you'll want to have a quick look at that. But I want to talk about positioning of this sander. Where is it? Why would people be interested in this? And in the market right now, there's kind of two main camps, what I think are two main camps of sanders. There's what we call the consumer sanders, and you know, they start from somewhere in the even $50, $70 on up to maybe a couple hundred or so. And some of them are corded, some of them are cordless. And that's where these sanders, they're kind of more consumer. These are typically for woodworkers who are not doing a ton of sanding, but they still want good quality work. And these work fine for that. The other camp is the big sanders, and you will have seen those. They're the Mirkas, the Festools, and they're getting more to the high hundreds, 800 to 1,000, depending on the package and what sort of things you get with them, because they include their own dust collection system, their own hoses, all of that, all the connection. Where this fits is in the middle. So this is a perfect sander, super quality little sander for anybody who's sort of beyond the sort of starting small time woodworking, but not maybe all the way to like a big Festool and a bigger investment. This one, it's not for everybody, and that's why there's different sort of categories of sanders. This one, I think, fits perfectly in the middle, because this one, you can use your own shop vacuum, you can use your own dust collector. If you don't have connection hoses, they're easy to find, and you don't have to go out and buy yet another dust extraction system. You may need to get some adapters. You might even have adapters for this, because this uses what we call off-the-shelf standard connections. So if you don't have them, it's easy for you to get. And that's where I think this fits, is right in that middle between a little bit sort of entry and more towards the professional, and this one's perfect in the middle of that line. Okay, so there's some burn marks that I'm going to show you just how quick and easy it is to take these off. You should know that this is Gary oak. It's very dry and it's very hard. It's a member of the white oak family, and this is typically hard to get off. Now, the 3M sander, of course, is a standard hook and loop, and remember, I'm putting on a 120 grit on here, and I'm going to turn the sander on. You can see that I'm on, I've just touched it to turn it on, and I'm on whatever it is, about 5 or so lights there, so it's all ready to go. I just need to put my mask on here and turn my dust collector on, and I'll be all ready to go. And we'll count the number of strokes here. There you go, there's that same wood, exactly the same spot, and those burn marks went off of there in no time. Absolutely amazing. These sanding discs for burn marks are unbelievable, and this is 120, by the way, and it's already just a super smooth finish on there. Well, now I'm going to leave you with some of my parting thoughts today, and one of the things I forgot to tell you earlier on, my electrician Tony, who's probably watching today, one of the things he told me a long time ago, and I've told you this before in videos, he said you can always tell a good power tool by how long the cable is. That's one of the measures, and he's absolutely right. And look at this, it's got 1, 2, look at this, 3 arm lengths of cable. A 16-foot cable comes with this little sander. And we all know that inexpensive tools, one of the ways they reduce the cost is to reduce the size of the cable on it. Now, I understand this sander is not going to be for everybody. And you know what? If you've already got an existing sander, and maybe you're not doing a ton of woodworking and you're happy with that, you can still upgrade the results by going to the 3M sanding discs and still use that on your sander. And these are hook and loop, easy to connect, and you will get quicker, better results with your existing sander with that. If you are doing a fair bit of sanding, or a fair bit of woodworking rather, and you know what, maybe you're not interested in sort of the high-end sander that might include its own dust collector and so on. You want to connect to your own shop vacuum or your own dust collector. This might be something that you want to look at. There will be a detailed article on Woodwork Web. I didn't talk about everything today on this, so you'll be able to go there and have a look at that. And you know, guess what? If you want to make a decision on something now or in the future, now you have the information to do that. I'm Colin Canet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.